Hello, good evening once again. You're watching us from our headquarters in Canifing, and this is the news at 10, but first our latest headlines. President, His Excellency Adama Barrow holds talks with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres on the sidelines of the United Nations General Assembly meeting in New York. National Security Advisor Mamadou Badji urges members of the civil society to work with the security services in the drive to maintain peace in the country. Ethiopian Prime Minister calls for international support in sustaining the gains registered in Somalia. Plus, Ebola survivors in Guinea country build new lives using innovative life skills. Well, these are other stories coming ahead in the next 30 minutes. I am your presenter, Fatu Janimbai. Well, thank you for joining us. President, His Excellency Adama Barrow has met with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres in New York. The President also took time to visit the Gambian community in Bronx, New York. GRTS's Mamadou Jallo is in New York and he prepared this report.
Meeting with UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres at UN headquarters, Gambian leader His Excellency Adama Barrow joined the Gambian community in the New York neighborhood of Bronx for Friday prayers. The President and delegation was welcomed by Imam Abubakar Bajaha, who in his sermon thanked Mr. Barrow and prayed for his success. After the two-rakat prayer, President Barrow walked some few blocks across the street to the nearby Gambian Islamic Cultural Center, currently under construction. The center was acquired in the 90s and when complete, will house a mosque, school and other social facilities for the women and children of the community. The President left impressed with these accomplishments by the small but vibrant community. Mamadou Jallo, GRTS News.
Now, meanwhile, His Excellency, the President of the Republic, Adama Barrow, returns to Banjul tomorrow, Sunday at 5:00 p.m. The Gambian leader had traveled to New York to attend the annual United Nations General Assembly meeting. Whilst in the U.S., President Barrow used the opportunity to meet with the Gambian community and discuss ways to enhance their contribution to national development. Both those invited to welcome the President are advised to be at the Banjul International Airport at least half an hour before arrival for the usual ceremonies. The National Security Advisor to the President, Mamadou Badji, has stated that security is an indispensable component in national development. Badji also stressed the need for civil society to collaborate with the security services to maintain peace in the Gambia. Asian Silva tells us more.
The NSA made the comments at a forum in Pakalending in the Lower River region, challenging the civil population to collaborate with security personnel to ensure national security. Badji, who served in the diplomatic missions, also called on the security officers to continue to deal with civilians humanly. The chief of Jarasoma Yaya Jajusi and Lieutenant Colonel Arabiatu Jaju, a member of the technical working group, Paul hammered the significance of teamwork between the two parties in keeping the country safe. Mukhtar Jallo and Muniru Jane appealed to the government to provide the security services with mobility and other equipment to enhance their operations. Alaji Jite encouraged the security services to unite and work as a team. The chief of Kiang Central Demasanyang called for non-political interference in district tribunals. Fatumata Sise, a community development officer, advised the security personnel to focus on executing their functions and desist from politics. Responding to her statements, Assistant Superintendent Amadou Keta and Lamin Sise of the delegation assured that the security sector would reform for the better. The team was earlier in Basse, where Governor Fatou Jame Toure and National Assembly member Mohamed Magasi lauded the initiative, saying the move will bring about change in the operations of the security services. The technical working group is currently in Brikama. Etienne Silva, GRTS News.
Newly elected and nominated lady councillors from across the country are currently benefiting from training courtesy of the National Women's Council and Women's Bureau. Ominjai covered the opening of the meeting, which seeks to enlighten the women representatives about their new roles and responsibilities as women's representatives.
The conclave spearheaded by the Women's Bureau gathered newly elected and selected lady councillors from across the country. They are the latest batch of women representatives called to council to take up issues affecting women to the national level. That's the reason for the meeting, to enlighten them on their new roles and responsibilities.
You people have been elected by the populace who have the confidence in you to represent them in council as development partners. You are not politicians per se, because you are representing the interests of every Gambian woman, regardless of those who voted for you and those who did not vote for you.
Addressing the women gathering, the chairperson of the National Women's Council said effective networking is central to the attainment of the council's set goals, thus encouraging women to become more responsible with their new positions.
Women councillors are the representatives of our Gambian women, especially our indigenous farmers. As I mentioned earlier, these women farmers, they rely on us. That's why some of us, they voted for so that we can be the councillors. So therefore, we have to fulfill our mandates. And we have to be responsible. We are here for development. Now we are tired of clapping hands. We mean business.
Aissatou Sawane is one of the nominated women councillors.
For us to be able to solve our problems, the problems are ours. Nobody else can solve our problems. To be part of the solution, you have to be part of the problem. We know what our problems are, we women. We appreciate what the men do in helping, but we are the champions of our problems, so therefore we will be the champions of our solution.
Bintu Gassama from the office of the Vice President extended Madam Fatimata Jallow Tambajang's message of readiness to work with the lady councillors at all levels. Speaker after speaker, notably women councillors, reaffirmed their readiness to work towards seeing Gambian women to another level in line with their responsibilities. The meeting ended with entertainment by cultural groups. Ominjai, GRTS.
Now, refugees living in the Gambia have received a major boost in the form of an intervention by the Julia Taft Refugee Fund. The foundation is set to run 2 projects to help refugees, particularly those living in the West Coast region. Aminata Isaineng tells us more.
Gambia, considered one of the most refugee-friendly countries in West Africa. Many escaping the ongoing fighting in Catamans are seeking refuge in the country. According to the UNHCR, there are approximately 12,000 refugees living in the Gambia, many of whom are found in the Foni area of the West Coast region. Refugees in the Gambia depend solely on humanitarian assistance for a livelihood. Government and humanitarian efforts have been forthcoming, but this is scarcely enough. Over the past years, the Julia Taft Refugee Grant has been facilitating refugee programming work in the Foni district of West Coast region.
The Julia Taft Refugee Program is a program that has been going on for over 10 years. It's an annual program where we provide a grant, usually to one or multiple Gambian organizations, to perform a variety of different projects related to assisting refugees that are in the Gambia.
The event, which was held at the American Corner, brought together UNHCR officials, governor and U.S. Embassy representative Maxwell, who deliberated on the grant's importance for migrants.
Funding from this organization has supported individuals and families fleeing conflict in southern Senegal. The grant also provided these families instruction in planting vegetable gardens, conducting seminars and skills training, providing medicine and health care, supplies to at-risk individuals, and rehabilitating nursery schools in vulnerable communities.
A reception honoring dignitaries at the event followed the signing ceremony, officially launching the project aimed at bringing necessary support for refugees settled temporarily in the Gambia. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Aminata Sanya.
Now, the first National Private Security Company Stakeholders Forum was held at a local hotel. The day-long convergence organized by the Ministry of Interior was meant to foster closer collaboration between the public and private security companies. Sally Jaju reports.
Been an increase in the number of private security companies in the country over the years. The objective is to provide security to diverse institutions and individuals in the Gambia. According to officials, most of these private security companies sometimes operate under difficult conditions and do not meet professional standards. It is for these and other reasons that the Ministry of Interior organized a day's consultative forum at the Kailaba Beach Hotel to find solutions to the country's private security challenges.
For this forum, consider a national approach to the issues surrounding private security companies. If something that is so important to us, but yet we don't have any mechanism to help them to be better. Because if you say to have a control mechanism, like you want to control them, no, that is not the message. The message is we want to help them to be better so that they can protect us more efficiently and effectively.
Commander Momodu Cham of the Gambia Armed Forces spoke on the importance of national security and all Gambians to nurture the country's young democracy.
To the military, security means to defend the national territorial integrity against internal, but mainly and mostly external threats and attacks, so as to preserve and protect the sovereignty of the state.
The Gambia Police Force Commissioner Ibrahim Abba noted that there cannot be any meaningful development without national security.
Private security companies provide internal security and protection as they relate to crime prevention, public order management, security provision, as well as domestic and private craft services. They constitute a significant part of the economy and the security sector of many developing countries like the Gambia.
GRTS sounded the opinion of some of the participants on the significance of the convergence.
This forum is very important and it came at the right time because we have a lot of private security companies. We don't know each other and we work as rivals. I think this is important to put us together to show the whole Gambia that we're here to complement the effort of the national security.
So I think the sky is the limit as far as this new government is concerned. I think there are a lot of opportunities and a lot of chances for not only the private security sector, but for all sectors of the country to come on board, work with the government in order to move things to the next level.
Participants at the forum were also exposed to the country's private security regulatory frameworks, registration of private security companies, amongst a host of other issues. For GRTS News, I am Sally Jaju reporting.
Well, 10 now to take our first break. A look at sports when we return.
Face the Nation on GRTS TV this week looks at what the people of West Coast region expect from the Brikama Area Council. To find out more, join the recording of the program at the Brikama Area Council grounds on Monday, 25th September at 11 a.m. The governor and council officials will be there to answer all your questions and listen to your concerns. Everyone is invited.
Welcome back. PSG Football Club defeated Breakers FC 1-0 to win the opening match of the Circular Central Maritime 2017. And as we hear in this report by Modlamin Sane, the match between these two giants was watched by football fans from the area.
Circular Central returns to maritime competition with a new committee set up to run football affairs in the area. After experiencing an unfinished Northern season last year, the zone started afresh with an opening game between PSG and Breakers FC. Marcel Gomez's lone goal 2 minutes past the half hour proved to be the winner for PSG. They won 1-0.
Actually, we're in a new phase, transforming the zone to another level. Today being our first game, I am very happy that we've won. We got only 3 points, and then we will be qualified. We will boost our morals. In a tournament, your first game is always a priority, and the most important one to win. So if we came here and then managed to get a win, we are very glad.
And I will fight up to the last minute. Yes, I come for the cup. I come for the cup. And I know my boys and how much they can do. And the ground also disturbs me. Because how the ground is disturbing me. That's why also the ground, because the goal scoring, how is it? It's because of water.
The official kickoff was graced by high-profile dignitaries, including the Minister of Agriculture. A massive show of support came from Minister O.J. Jallow in the form of 5 sets of jerseys and football to the committee.
Convinced that if we concentrate on developing the young people, then Gambia will go forward. And part of the development of young people is to develop not only the brain development, mental development, but physical development is as important. And then the moment you keep young people engaged, they will not be going out doing other things that are not socially acceptable or morally acceptable. That's why I thought all of us should be interested in what our children are doing.
At the moment, we are just one family, and for the love of football and for the interest of the youth. And I think everything in the zone, by the grace of God, everything is going to change now. Seracula Central with the new committee is going to be a new Seracula Central now, for the interest of football.
And you assure them that there will be a finished competition here?
Yes, this time around we are promising that the tournament will be completed and all the teams are going to be very happy. We have a lot of stake in that we made for the teams, and the Naweta, inshallah, is going to be very peaceful and very successful.
Actions ending here marks the beginning of what is anticipated to be a successful Northern season for this community. Reporting for GRTS Sports, I am Mulamin Saleh.
Well, time now to take a second break. We'll be right back.
Badimol, I love Destination Program on Minka, Natalie GRTS, Lomola, Medubericella, West Coast Region Mall, Ibe Yilaka Yirua Kulela, Birkama Area Council Bolo. Porque Davla Minka Chato, Alcofuna Program Mola, Mina Takela, Birkama Area Council, Tenenola, September Karoti, Wang and Lulu, Talantan Ninkilewatola, Katunko, Governor West Coast Region, and in Area Council Dogula, Bebita Lale Gele, Puruka Jabrike, Alanin Karola. The Mobi Kereka recommended.
Welcome back, and moving now to the international scene. The Ethiopian Prime Minister is urging the international community to support AMISOM. Haile Mariam Desalegn, who is also the chair of the UN Security Council for the month of September, said in order to safeguard the gains made in Somalia and achieve lasting peace, the international community must redouble its support for AMISOM. We have details of that in this report.
President of the Ethiopian government, Meles Alam, the Prime Minister made these remarks on Thursday in New York on the sidelines of the Security Council meeting at the level of heads of state. Haile Mariam Desalegn said the sacrifices made in Somalia by the African Union-led AMISOM forces cannot be abandoned just because the international community is failing to provide the necessary financial and diplomatic backings to the mission. The African Union, on the other hand, is already implementing its exit strategy with clear plans to leave Somalia gradually. And those Somalian officials want AMISOM to stay through 2018. Ethiopia says it will stick with the African Union's quick withdrawal plan and take its troops out on time. Ethiopian authorities also said the country time and again appealed to the international community to help so it can continue undergoing its missions in Somalia as it also operates independently. That is besides the army it has under AMISOM. It was saying Ethiopia is not willing, for now, to stay in Somalia beyond what has been proposed by the AU, especially when and if it continues financing the fight against Al-Shabaab on its own. Gundala CGTN, Addis Ababa.
Now, survivors of the Ebola virus that swept through the Guinea and parts of West Africa 2 years ago are slowly picking themselves up. Many have received financial, psychological, and moral support from their communities. We have details of that in the CGTN News Report.
Center of the capital, Conakry, Fatou is busy with her local food business. Her integration has been made possible thanks to her family and friends.
I struggled with Ebola disease for 3 years and I had to cease this activity. But today I am happy because my old customers have returned. They did not run away. My family, my friends did not reject me. They supported me rather. I think I am beginning to want to live.
Another survivor, Bamba, who's 55, lives in the same neighborhood. His wife unfortunately died of the same disease. 3 years on, he can now look at her photos without getting too emotional.
I was able to overcome the trauma of Ebola and the death of my wife thanks to the support from the government of Guinea that would give me money and food at the end of each month. They also paid my children's school fees. This support lasted 2 years. I was also assisted by my family members and neighbors. I am a driver and have started working again.
An official from the Ministry of Social Action, Promotion of Women and Children says much progress has been made with regard to the stigmatization of Ebola survivors in Conakry.
Since 2010, we have opted for a global protection mechanism, taking into account the community's potential, which allowed Ebola survivors not to suffer from isolation. But we used the other option, which was to develop activities to help communities to prepare for resilience and to return to their daily activities. Today, you will not see any Ebola survivor being chased from the market, from a dressmaking shop, or from a hospital. All the services are open to them.
Despite the gains, though, a big challenge lingers. Ebola survivors continue to struggle for economic integration due to the present national economic difficulties. Susan Mungeli, CGTN.
From the internationals, we now shift our attention to the weather report, courtesy of the Central Forecast Office. Welcome back from the weather update, and before we go, a quick reminder of our headline making stories once again. President His Excellency Adama Barrow has held talks with United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres on the sidelines of the UN General Assembly meeting in New York. National Security Advisor Mamadou Badji has urged members of the civil society to work with the security services in the drive to maintain peace in the country. Ethiopian Prime Minister has called for more international support in sustaining the gains registered in Somalia. And the Ebola survivors in Guinea-Conakry rebuild new lives using innovative life skills. Well, that was all in this edition of the news at 10. Thanks for the pleasure of your company. I was your presenter, Fatou Janin Bai, and thank you for joining us.